Hello everyone and welcome to another Albion Online Dev Talk. In our last Dev Talk, we introduced our next major update, Dragonfire. Dragonfire expands the world of Albion in many different ways. It introduces new places to explore, powerful new enemies to fight, exciting new rewards to earn, and most importantly, brings dragons to Albion. Today, we'd like to take a closer look at one of the biggest new features coming with this update, the Ancient Lands. The Ancient Lands are a completely new region that combines exploration, PvE and PvP into one interconnected experience. As players explore the Ancient Lands, they constantly choose between securing the rewards they have already earned or pushing further for even greater treasures. At the same time, they know that other players are making those very same decisions and potentially compete over the most valuable rewards. To explain how all of this works in more detail, I'll hand things over to game designer Marko Nogielski.
Portals to the Ancient Lands will begin appearing throughout Albion's open world. Depending on the size of portal, different group sizes are allowed to enter. Smaller portals are intended for small groups and solo players, allowing for spontaneous adventures with very little preparation. Larger portals support bigger parties up to 20 players, are announced well in advance, and provide organized PvP content for these groups. Additionally, within each portal size, we also match parties of similar sizes. If you enter through a portal alone, you won't suddenly find yourself fighting a full 5-player group. Portals found in the Outlands and Red Zones will lead to a lethal PvP version of the Ancient Lands, while portals in the Yellow Zone lead to a non-lethal Orange Zone, making the content accessible to a much wider range of players. Once inside, your group finds itself on a floating island at the edge of the region. Each party starts on its own outer island, so you are initially separated from other groups. Your next goal is to clear the island quest by defeating keeper mobs and completing the local fame objective. Along the way, you find camps, small points of interest, and occasionally quieter opportunities like fishing. Once the island quest is finished, a keystone appears. This keystone can be used to activate one of the island's teleporters, allowing you and everyone else to teleport to the neighboring island. Players can also remove a keystone from one teleporter and activate another instead, redirecting travel routes entirely. Initially, all teleporter connections in the Ancient Lands are inactive, but as more groups clear their islands, they will start opening routes towards the center, where drakes and greater rewards await. On the map, inactive connections appear faded, newly activated routes are highlighted, and established active routes remain visible with lower emphasis. At the beginning, players can still track opponents fairly clearly. Since everyone starts separated on the outer islands, the map is easy to read. Over time, this changes. More connections open, groups start using paths cleared by others, and information about their position becomes less reliable. In other words, every new connection opens opportunities, but also increases the chance of running into other groups. This creates an additional strategic layer where controlling movement across the map and map awareness becomes just as important as winning individual fights. Players can always leave through entrance portals, either the one they used to enter or one used by another group. No matter which portal you take, you return safely to your original entry position in the open world. You also receive a temporary protection buff, making you invisible. 4 Drake Islands are marked on the minimap. These drakes are well worth pursuing. They offer some of the best rewards in the Ancient Lands, including full chests, dragon blood, and spirit waystone fragments that help unlock access to the Dragon Sanctuary. Once the 4 drakes have been killed and the quests completed, the fire drake will appear at the center. It protects the largest reward of the area, and defeating the drake can provide even complete spirit waystones. Around drakes and the center, we want groups to feel rewarded for taking the initiative, pushing enemies away, controlling the objective, and securing the rewards before someone else does. But especially in group fights, even the winning side can lose players along the way. This is why we are introducing a new Bleed Out knockdown state, only available in the Ancient Lands. If you are defeated in both orange and black variants, you enter the Bleed Out knockdown instead. You slowly weaken while your party continues to fight. If they abandon you, your end comes much quicker. But if they stay close and keep fighting, you can hold out for a while. Party members can revive their fallen allies, but not without a cost. Revived players receive a debuff that persists within the area, making them weaker. Whether you focus on clearing islands, hunting drakes, exploring lore, ambushing other groups, or extracting early with what you found, the ancient lands are built around adapting to the situation as it unfolds. But the experience is not only defined by gameplay, it is also shaped by the look and atmosphere of the world itself.
With the Ancient Lands, we wanted to create a home for some of the oldest inhabitants of Albion. Similar to the Mists and Roads of Avalon, these hidden parts of the world are filled with magic. It even manifests physically as concentrated streams of magic meandering through the air. With such a high concentration of magic, these shattered floating islands show us some of the most unique landscapes Albion has to offer. As the name suggests, the Ancient Lands is a space that has been left alone for eons. Magic and nature have molded this place in their design. However, even after millennia of entropy, we can still recognize the ancestral home of some of Albion's earliest inhabitants, the Ancient Keepers and the Dragons. Megalithic gates, intricately carved ritualistic statues, and an advanced system for channeling magic imitating the natural patterns of the world tell a story of a powerful keeper culture. At the center of the area, a large temple built to honor as well as control the dragons. The keepers respected but also fought them, ultimately designing powerful rituals that would put the dragons to sleep for thousands of years. Though ripe for exploration, these lands are not without danger, especially now that the descendants of its original inhabitants have returned and broken the sleeping spells. We tried to reflect this duality between awe-inspiring grandeur and unforgiving wilderness in the design of the environment. Every grand vista and every meadow covered in flowers and lichen is accompanied by the underlying feeling that you are not safe here. To add more visual variety when exploring the Ancient Lands, we split the map into distinct thematic areas. A swamp with great lakes, rivers, and magnificent waterfalls, woodlands covered by gigantic trees reaching into the sky, and a space filled with the remains of giant creatures, serving as the final resting place for truly ancient and powerful beings. So, our goal when designing the Ancient Lands was to give you a look into Albion's distant past, while also making you excited for Albion's future.
As you've seen, a lot of thought and work has gone into making the Ancient Lands feel like a unique addition to Albion. From the way players explore the region and interact with its mechanics, to its visual style, creatures, and atmosphere. Every part of the experience was designed to build on Albion's core gameplay strengths while offering something entirely new. Of course, this is only one part of the Dragonfire update. In our next Dev Talk, we'll take a closer look at the Dragon Sanctuary and the epic battle against Azarion, dragon attacks across Albion, the new dragon armor, and all other rewards coming with this update. Thank you for watching, and see you in Albion.